Monkey Business is a 1952 Howard Hawks film, directed by him, that is, and it stars Cary Grant and Ginger Rogers. But it is often labeled as being a Marilyn Monroe film. Like all the posters, all the DVD covers, such as mine, you can see it just features Marilyn Monroe on it. And yeah, it isn't really much of a Marilyn Monroe film because she's a she just has a bit part. Well, I shouldn't say a bit part. She's not the main character. That's those that goes to Cary Grant and Ginger Rogers. But whatever. Marilyn Monroe is still very, very attractive. She's one of the most beautiful women in cinema history. And yeah, why not? Well, I shouldn't say I shouldn't really say that it like exploits her or anything, but like, well, why not put her on the front cover? I just thought that it being labeled as strictly a Marilyn Monroe film, um, kind of a little bit false advertising right there. I mean, like Cary Grant is just as big as Monroe, and he's really the main character of the film, and yeah, why not, right? But anyway, let's get to the film Monkey Business. This movie isn't a masterpiece or anything, and that's fine, whatever. But it is still 100% enjoyable. It's a screwball comedy. Howard Hawks dabbled in nearly every kind of genre that there is, and this back in this generation that I'm talking about, all comedies were pretty much screwball comedies or romantic comedies. And yeah, Monkey Business. It is. It's one of the. Well, maybe it's not one of the top screwball comedies at the time, but it is. It's just so enjoyable. It's so fun. It's fresh. Well, I shouldn't really say it's fresh. It's about Fountain of Youth. Yeah, it's fine. This isn't as good as the Marx Brothers movie, also called Monkey Business, and that's also fine. Just to sit back, relax, watch this classic from the 1950s. Um, yeah, it's a really nice. Cary Grant actually, Cary Grant has great star power, but he hasn't really done a whole lot of films that really showcase great talent as an actor. The only time okay, one of my top 10 favorite films of all time is North by Northwest, where Cary Grant is the main character. And he may not give an Oscar worthy performance in that, but that's fine. He's still able to carry his own weight in that. But I will say that him in Monkey Business is one of his best performances, even though the film itself isn't totally amazing. Really, Cary Grant's best performance, I would say, is the Frank Capra dark comedy thriller Arsenic and Old Lace, with Monkey Business being second best performance. Ginger Rogers always impresses me, and Marilyn Monroe. I thought she was like, since she has a bit part in this, her acting showcases also don't get showcased as really high here also. But at least she has really great star power, and that's good. And we have good star power and good acting by Cary Grant and Ginger Rogers, and that's also good too. What makes this movie good is that is the range of which Grant and Rogers end up showing in this. Grant plays this he plays the scientist who wants to make this formula for for eternal youth. Sorry, like never growing old. But there's this really smart chimpanzee that um, that kind of mixes up some of the formulas a little bit, and yeah, even though the thing works, like he is able to stay young, there are all these complications come into place because of this chimpanzee messing up the formulas and the ingredients for everything. And yeah, all the like every one thing just happens after another, and it's just really zany, really hilarious fun. And I think that everyone that watches it will have a really fun time. Is this as good as is this as good as Arsenic and Old Lace, the other Cary Grant film that I mentioned? No, I wouldn't say. Is this as good as Some Like It Hot, which is Marilyn Monroe's um, ultimately her magnum opus, the one that she's probably best known for? No, again. But this is it's still a nice, fun film. It's better than some films that Monroe did, and it's better than some films that Cary Grant did. I would call this in the top five, top 10 of films that both parties have done. I haven't seen as many Ginger Rogers films as I have of Monroe and Grant. So yeah, I will say that Monkey Business from 1952 is one of the best things, like top five or top 10, that both Cary Grant and Marilyn Monroe have done. So I'm going to give this a really fun, delightful comedy from 1952 3 stars out of 4.